water, earth, fire, and air. These aren't the four parts of Earth that carbon travels through, but they do run pretty close. What's up, everyone? It's Mr. Maramo coming at you with more science. Today will be our last day talking about the carbon cycle. In previous classes, we talked about the two ways organisms access energy. Here we have these two ways underlined and also the equations of those processes. As we can see, they involve carbon here and carbon here. And remember to read this as an input and an output, an input and an output. Revisit the video down below if you want to recap on this topic. Yesterday, we went over the four parts of Earth that carbon travels through. The biosphere, meaning everything alive, the hydrosphere, meaning everything that's water, the geosphere or lithosphere, meaning everything that's rock or earth, and the atmosphere, meaning anything that is air. So carbon travels through basically everywhere. It is a part of everyday life, and without it, we wouldn't exist. That's why all biotic things, all living things are called carbon-based, because we are made out of the element carbon. Unlike yesterday, today's goal is not to describe the places carbon is found. We actually want to describe the different ways carbon cycles through our Earth today. To do this, let's first navigate to the worksheet that I created for you called the Carbon Cycle Game. It's attached to today's announcements, and it should look a lot like this. Read the directions and keep the post-game reflection questions in mind as you play this game. Once you click the link of this game, you'll be brought to this screen. If it asks you to run Flash, make sure you are running Flash. If you have any questions, let me know ASAP. This carbon cycle game is about how carbon travels, like we already mentioned before, through our Earth. Our Earth being the biosphere, hydrosphere, geosphere, and lastly, atmosphere. You are a carbon atom in this game, meaning you are an element of carbon traveling through the Earth. Go ahead and click to begin your journey. Follow the directions of this game and read each part as you scroll along. For example, pause right here and give it a read. This is what happens when you first start this game. Welcome to the atmosphere. In the atmosphere, as we already know, carbon is called carbon dioxide, meaning it's a gas, not only just a gas, but a greenhouse gas. Meaning it's a gas that traps heat in our atmosphere. So whenever the sun shines down, that gas traps that warmth of that sunlight and keeps the Earth warm. This is a natural thing, but as the text says right here, it starts becoming unnatural because we've increased the amount of carbon dioxide in the air the past centuries, making the Earth more warmer than it should be. Click continue. And you'll end up between two crossroads, one that leads to our biosphere on land and another one that leaves in our hydrosphere and also biosphere in the water. I'll be going through this in the live session class, but because this is a video, I want you to really go through this and complete the game. You'll complete this game if you look at the bottom left of the game after you've gone through all 6 reservoirs or all 6 big parts, the soil, land, plants, deep ocean, marine life, and etc. Once you've gone through all those, you've completed the game. As you're going through the game, make sure you are reading, as you see on my screen, the different text and answering the questions that do go by. Once you're done with this game, go ahead and make your way to the worksheet and answer these 3 reflection questions. 1, how many stops can you make on your journey in the game? 2nd, will your journey in the game actually end if you kept going? Now think of this realistically. If you were the carbon atom, would you keep going on or would you eventually stop? And tell me why. Lastly, this is a critical real-world question. What would happen to the game, to that carbon atom, if more people burn more fossil fuels? Here, I need you to use 2 pieces of evidence from your journey of the game, and I am looking at evidence from the game, not the internet, this game, so make sure you include that in your response. Once you're done, go ahead and submit this document, the carbon cycle game, in by 3:30 of today. This will count as your exit ticket. This is how I'll measure if we understand how carbon cycles throughout the Earth. And judging by this game, we can already make inferences on how exactly carbon operates. Remember, this is an explaining question with evidence you have to provide how it operates throughout the different spheres, the biosphere, hydrosphere, etc. In preparation for tomorrow's quiz, there is a document called Practice Quiz. It literally has every single question from the previous exit tickets that will be on this quiz. Now, these aren't the exact questions, but they definitely tap into the core of what you will be tested on for this Friday. Well, that's the carbon cycle and how it travels through our Earth. If you have any questions or curiosities, make sure to reach out to me as soon as you can. And without further ado, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care, y'all.